continue attacking from the turtle, but now we look at an open turtle position. Okay? So Jared, instead of a closed turtle where he's elbows to knees, okay, and we worked all of our breakdowns, Jared's on his hands and knees posturing up. So more traditional top-bottom wrestling position. Now this is a lot harder to break someone down to the near side hip. Okay? And they're most likely not going to stay here very long. No one's going to stay in an open turtle position very long. They're usually, especially if I don't have no form of upper body control, they're probably looking to get up and get away. So immediately, instead of going attacking a back head and arm right away, I'm going to opt for double unders. Okay. Now, the first look we're going to do is my opponent is still here long enough where I can break them down. Now, when I'm on the double unders, I'm going to look to still pull them to the far hip, but we need to do one more step. I'm going to slide up a little higher where my near side underhook can break down this base of support. What we're doing is an opening of the near side elbow and still a pulling of that far hip. So what I'm doing is I'm opening the near side elbow, throwing that base of support out, and pulling that far side hip still down like this. Okay, so the movement is exactly the same as our closed turtle position, where I pulled the far hip, swisher the leg out of the way, and pulling Jared down right in front of my lap, and then we still go back to the same way we took the back in the previous video. But now we're in the open turtle position, double unders, okay, high enough where I can open up this near side elbow. So if you're down here, see, I'm not going to be able to open up, so you need to slide up high enough where I can open up, breaking that base of support, and now I have to move my body. We have to do a little step. I'm not going to be able, most likely, to pull him down from here. So I switch my legs, and I'm going to spiral, opening, closing. Now, same position, we get our head over that far shoulder. I can release, get my back head and arm, slide past that base of support, and take our back the same way we did previously. So Jared goes from a closed turtle, open turtle. Immediately get our double unders. I'm going to look to spiral my leg positioning. I'm going to go like this. So when I break Jared down, I'm ready to pull him down in front of my lap. Okay? Closed turtle. So I'm trying the closed turtle position. Jared pops up. Drop to our near side knee. Open the near side elbow. Close the far side and drive to our knees. Here. Now we can slide up. Release our double unders. Get our back head and arm. My knee's already past his base of support. I can sit, and we can start taking the back. So this is a great way, especially against bigger opponents. If I go on his upper body on a back head and arm right away, I have no control of his hips, and I risk, if I'm throwing my hooks in, falling off. If I stay in double unders, Jared's going to have a harder time either doing sit-outs, sit-throughs, sitting to the far hip, running away from me. And if I do go to jump on his back, it's a lot less likely I'm going to fall off with double unders here, underneath his arms. Okay? But before we look at that, to break him down, again, breaking that base of support, opening this arm, pulling the far hip, and we're just jumping to our knees. All right, open, go to my knees. Now I can get my head over his shoulder, back head and arm, knee past the base of support, and take the back. Last time, closed turtle. Jared goes from closed turtle, pops up, open turtle, double unders. I aim right for the sternum. That gives me good opening of this elbow on the arm. Move my base of support. I'm hopping to my knees, opening, closing. Extend my head over his shoulder, back head and arm, knee past the base of support, sit, weightless legs again, we're on the back. So if at any time our opponent switches to An open turtle with their hands around the mat, you can expect them, they're trying to sit out, trying to run away from you. We're going to switch to double unders, and the concept's the same, trying to break them down to the near side hip. We just need to go over that opening of the elbow, breaking their base of support, and bringing them back down to that near side hip. Okay, so we went over if our opponent is on an open turtle on their hands, they're probably looking to stand up. Now there's two ways that Jared could be looking to stand up. It's either going to be head up first, looking like this, like a traditional get up where he's fighting the hands, or it's going to be hips up first, where his hips rise first to go to stand up. Okay, so we'll take a look at both. Now, before I get behind Jared, when Jared goes to stand up, head up first. He's going to get to one leg at a time. Jared, just one leg. Okay, and then he starts head up, posture, hands on the hip. Go back down really quick. Put your hands on the hips. When you go to stand up, put your hands like on the hip. Yeah. Okay, so when Jared goes to stand up, he's on one leg. Go ahead. To stand up, Jared needs to make this leg weightless. He can't stand up as long as I have weight on this leg. Okay? So it'll look like this. Jared's going to transfer his weight to his right leg and stand up. Okay? So if I am behind Jared and I stand up on the same leg with him, okay, I have to transfer my leg the same way Jared wants to transfer, which is going to help him stand up. So if we're immediately, he goes open turtle, I go to double unders. Jared goes to pop up his right leg. If I stand up my right leg, I cannot stand up without helping Jared stand up, because Jared wants to put his weight to the right leg so he can make the left leg weightless, and I need to do the same to stand up as well. So when I transfer, he stands up. And he's always going to be able to stand up that way. So anytime someone goes head up first to stand up, I'm always going to step up the opposite leg here. So now Jared needs this leg weightless. He cannot stand up if I keep the weight on this leg. So if Jared tries to stand up now, it's difficult. I'm keeping all the weight on the leg he needs weightless to stand up. The second I step up the same side leg, we're always going to be able to stand up together. So knowing this, when Jared goes to stand up, I step up the opposite leg. Go back there. If Jared stands up the near side leg, I transfer the other side, step up my opposite. Okay. Now, so Jared steps up his leg, I step up the opposite. Now, I need to get him back down to the mat to either an open turtle again or a closed turtle. So what I'm going to do is stand up to both my legs. Because the leg I need weightless is on his heavy leg, I'm always going to be able to stand up before Jared can, because I'm keeping the weight on this leg. So now, I'm on both my legs. I have the advantage because I have the head height. All we're going to do now is run, take several shuffling steps to the side I want to break him down to. So I want Jared down to this side. I'm just going to take some shuffling steps and break him down. Most of the time it's to an elbow prop. And as I watch him down, we did that same opening and closing of the elbow. And now we're back to work, going back to the same position that we had worked previously. So Jared's on an open turtle. I have my tight waist, my double unders. Jared steps up the leg. I need to step up the opposite. Now that's going to allow me to stand up to both legs without my opponent standing up. And now we just run to the side I'm trying to break him down to. And as he goes to a hand on the mat, now I can go back to that opening of the elbow and the closing of the elbow. Go back to work. If he doesn't post that arm, he's just going to land on the shoulder, and we can still continue a back attack or top pin. But most of the time when they go down, they're going to go elbow or hand first. So you're going to do that same as soon as you get it down to this position here, opening, closing to break it down. So Jared stands up. We need to stand up the opposite leg. Now I can stand up to both. Now it's just shuffling steps. As I shuffle, my body lock's going to slide up so I can get to this arm. So as I shuffle, 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 I break him down. Little faster speed, like 50%. So he stands up, arm up to both, break him down. So when your opponent goes from an open turtle and they're looking to go head up first, fighting the hands, make sure you step up with the opposite leg. Anytime I'm trying to get up from this position, I have to transfer my weight to the standing leg first so I can stand up. So the idea is to keep the posted leg heavy. So when I'm trying to stand up, I can't. And then you're gonna break them down to that same side and do that same closing opening of the elbow to break them down. And the second way that our opponent is looking to stand up from a open turtle position is hips up. So we looked up head first. Now hips up position is here, just hips up. Now this happens a lot, not necessarily from turtle, but from takedowns and sweeps. Because for jiu-jitsu, most of the time, depending on the competition, but for IBJJF, if you take someone down, and they immediately pop up to a 4-post position, it's no points. And I've seen a lot of people lose matches here just not being able to score from this position. So it's not necessarily always going to happen from a turtle position, but anytime someone pops up to a 4-point position, we need to be able to get back to a scoring position from here. Okay? There's no reason from this position with double unders I shouldn't be able to score and continue my attacks. So what I don't want, go back down real quick, from a double unders, from a tight waist position, when Jared goes hips up, I can't stay down here on his waist. Now I have no upper body control, and Jared can continue to posture up. And then wipe the hands and start working away. Now there's mat returns we can do, lifts. But if my goal, when he pops up from a hips first position, is to keep those hands heavy. And the way we do that, go back down. The way we do that is we slide from a low tight waist, okay, or a medium tight waist where we were trying to open and close the elbows. We need to immediately slide as high as I can where my lock is directly underneath his chin. So as Jared stands up, hips up first, I immediately, okay, I don't have to let go of my grip, it just slides up right underneath his chin. Now when Jared's trying to posture up, it's impossible. All my weight is on his hands. From here, we're gonna do that same movement. I'm gonna open my elbow, knocking the space of support, close the elbow, pulling, that's gonna pull the far hip, and we hop to our knees using our body weight to drag him down. Even with the opening, closing of the elbow, you're not gonna be able to break someone down from here. But when I add in my body weight, there's no way he's gonna be able to hold me with one arm of support. So as I open and close, I do that same shift and land to my knees. Here. Now we're on the double unders. Head to support slides higher. Get your back, head, and arm. Now, before we stand up again, it's important that you're landing on your knees. I didn't say that from here still on our knees when I pulled Jared down. It's important when I shift, I'm not landing on my hip. Because now I'm not gonna be able to get the head height. He could lay on my arm, and now I'm pinned, and he can start getting on top. Okay, with the reversal. So it's important when you're doing either from a kneeling position or standing, when I'm opening and closing this elbow and I'm hopping to my knees here, okay? Not to your hip. So Jared stands up, hips first. Okay? Now I need to slide my body lock up immediately, directly underneath his chin. As I slide up at the same time, I'm opening the near side elbow, closing of the far side, and hopping to my knees. Now we go head height, back, head, and arm, pass the base of support, and take the back. So on the double unders, the concepts are all the same. Opening of the near side to break that base of support, closing of the far side to break him down. It's just spiral riding, but with a double under or a body lock. Okay. And because if my opponent opts to go hips up first, it doesn't matter what leg, go back down. He doesn't have to step up one leg at a time. So if he steps up one leg at a time, I can keep him down because I can step up the opposite leg and keep that leg heavy. Okay? So if he goes hips up first, he can just go hips up. It doesn't matter what leg I step up, he's gonna be able to get up. Immediately, slide. As I slide, the best chance to do it is using that momentum. So as I slide up, I'm gonna do it all at once. Here. Hips up, slide up. As I slide, open, close, hop to my knees. Release, backhand and arm, pass the base of support, back to work with weightless legs, scoring our hooks, and starting our attacks. As he stands up, sliding up. Now, in case you didn't get him down, maybe he's a much bigger or stronger opponent. Okay. There's no real risk here. He can't trap an arm. He needs to keep his base of support. He can't trap an arm. He can't really sit through or roll. So it's a really taxing position on Jared here. Okay. So again, open the elbow. When you're drilling this move on your partner, do avoid your legs hitting this elbow. You can kind of hyperextend the elbow. So what I'm talking about is don't hop and hit your opponent's elbow. I want to scoot away. My knees land nice and safe away from my partner. Slide up. Pass this. So, going back to the 4-point position. Let me do a takedown really quick. So in sport jiu-jitsu, if I go for a takedown on Jared, let's just say a basic single leg, get him down. He immediately goes like turtle, close turtle, open. 4 points quick. There's no points here, okay? So I need to break him back down. 1, 2, got my 2 points, okay? So a lot of times, off the takedowns, opponents are gonna go to a 4-point position immediately to avoid being scored on. So this drill works great to break your opponent back down, whether you need to score the points or you're trying to continue your back attacks.